and welcome back to Bramley Farm, where we build, farm and grow. And today is a special video all about our Cherry Valley ducks. Going to talk about why we love them so much, the adaptations we've done to the old duck house. We're going to touch on the benefits of duck eggs and how we use them here at Bramley Farm. So stay tuned and we'll delve into the world of Cherry Valley ducks. So this is one of our Cherry Valley lady ducks. We've got Penny, Peggy and Polly, I think. I'm not quite sure. The wife named them. They're a type of Peking duck. They're a commercial breed for meat and eggs. They're an all-white duck with orange feet and a orange bill. They are super friendly. We probably don't handle them as much as we should do, but we handle them enough just so they don't have to be scared about us. And we use them just to waddle around the garden, fertilise all the floor and ground wherever they go, and we eat their lovely eggs. They're hardy. They seem to embrace the hot weather. We've been in a heat wave and they've been absolutely fine with water, but we'll come on to care in a second. They're absolutely fine in the rain and the cold as well. So I'll put this one down just so we don't stress them anymore. Back with their friends into their coop. So how to keep ducks? Well, first of all, number of ducks. I suggest a minimum of 3. They're quite social animals and they like to waddle around and follow each other, so a minimum of 3. They need water all the time, but not too much water. Yes, ducks are water birds, that's fine. If you want mess, give them water. Like we've got in here, we have, this is their coop, which I'll come on to in a second, but they've only got 2 small water bowls here. So they need water to clean their bills, so they're a sifting animal. They'll sift the mud, they'll get all mud stuck in their bills, and they need to wash it out. So it is a fine line, and kind of, if you're getting ducks, judge it for however messy that you want them / they get. They need feed, so we use layers pellets, chickens layers pellets. So chickens layers pellets, and we did buy a poultry feeder where chickens peck in it and ducks can sift through. But what I find is that ducks like to scoop their food up, so we've got on a lot better with just a cut up drain pipe, closed at both ends, a few holes in the bottom, and a scoop of layers pellets in the morning. They need about 100 grams of food in the morning, 100 grams of food in the evening, but I've got a plastic pint glass, so I just, nice and easy, because all chores here at Bramley Farm have got to be as easy as possible. If you start weighing out and getting complicated, then you don't want to do them, so I just do a scoop of layers pellets in the morning, scoop of layers pellets in the evening. Cool. So onto their coop, and kind of an update for those who've been watching. It's kind of gone through a transition. The premise here, you can keep them 2 ways. Stationary, a little bit bigger area than this will be required, and you want to use wood chips, and you keep laying wood chips and wood chips and wood chips and wood chips, which means that they will get higher and higher and higher. That soaks up all their poo and mess. Or movable, the option I've gone for. So just a reminder, this is our chicken coop. So we've got a little run here. It's small because we often just let them run out, and an enclosed but ventilated house, and it's on wheels. It makes it all movable. So first I think we're going to go see if they've got any duck eggs. Oh, they've got 2 duck eggs. So back here I've got open wooden slats, so if they do poo here, then it falls through. Air can get in and circulate. I've got ventilation up here and wired, so rats and predators can't get in, and a little bit of straw. The more straw you give them, the more they poo in, and to be fair, on most nights they're sat out here. So that's what I find works best in there. They've got a little ramp to hop up onto. Because it's on wheels, there's a bit of gap underneath, which I've put some wood around to just stop them escaping, but they did need a ramp. They've got water and food, like I say, and I'll show you how easy it is to move them. Oh, why do we move them? Good question. Well, they've been in here 1 day, and as you can see, it's really mucky in here, and we want to pull them forward onto an area that isn't mucky. Simple as that. Less germs, less muck, less nasties. So I've got a front door here, which is where it's close to all of the food and water. Again, got to make it as easy as possible. Tip the water out because it needs clean water every day. Close it up. With this tank, we've got wheels at the front that move, they're on pivots, locked in wheels at the back, and we simply just pull it forward, and now they're on fresh grass. We can put the food back in, and then I would put these water bowls back in, but because they're coming out today, I'm not going to fill them back up, but they'll be there for when we put them in tonight. So now, in a matter of seconds, we've now got a very clean run for them. That's why, if you can, I always suggest a movable coop. So what happens with all the muck that you've moved on from? Well, this is where we can be tactical and place them and move them around where you want to improve the soil health. So duck manure is quite cold, so you've got hot and cold manure. Hot means it's really acidic. You have to manure it. Manure it? No, it is manure. You have to compost it for some time to let that acidity break down before you use it on the garden. Ducks is a cold manure, which means that it can pretty much be used straight away. So it won't burn the grass, but I've been a bit lazy lately, I've got to be honest. We're not all perfect, are we? This is where the ducks have been. So here's one mess here, here's one mess here, one mess, one mess. What you should do is get a hose pipe, and we're on an angle here, so I'll stand on an angle. You should get a hose pipe and squirt it down. It's mainly made of water, and that just evenly spreads it out, and you don't get these big areas of dried doo-doo that I have done up and down here, which is why you can't see any poo at all. And nope, that isn't dead grass from the ducks, it's dead grass from the heat wave, because we've had no rain for about 3 weeks. But like I said, I've been lazy. Best practice, squirt it down, you'll be alright. What is in the black bin, we ask ourselves? That's me having fun. So, layers pellets, like I said, here's the plastic pint glass all the way from Twickenham. 1 scoop in, done. Also got a pot of oyster shell grit. Now we add this, we supplement this to their diet when they're staying in there for for an extended period of time. Maybe we're busy at work, or we're not around to let them out, where they would normally eat snail shells and other stuff around the garden. Where they eat, all the food goes into their belly. But because they haven't got teeth, they need something to grind it up with. So this oyster shell, and we've also mixed in some chicken shells. And if you've been watching the YouTube, Bramley Farm, no, this is the YouTube. If you've been watching Instagram, Bramley Farm, you'd see us making the eggshells. So mix all that in. It helps, what does it do? Helps mix up their food and digest it easier. And it's also a source of calcium that they'd normally get from the snail shells. So, yeah, supplementation. And the rest of what's in the bin is some mess. So we don't need to see that. That's nice and convenient. Now, onto the eggs. Now, not many people know this, so I'll let you into this secret. Ducks lay more eggs than chickens. And this is a duck egg from this morning that we just picked up. Really, really big compared to chicken eggs. The shells are extremely thick compared to chicken eggs, which means A, they last longer, but also B, when you're making that lovely omelette or fried egg in the morning, you can't just easily hit and crack open. I like to use a knife and just tap it, but I'm not a chef, so find your own way. They got more protein and more omega fatty acids than chicken eggs. The yolk's really, really big. Chicken egg, you got a lot of egg white with a little yolk. This is mainly egg yolk, so it is a bit richer. Personal preference on scrambled eggs, it's a little bit rubbery, but everything else I find them much superior and better than chicken eggs. So that is a duck egg. So now on to the favourite part of having ducks around Bramley Farm, is having them out and about. So I'm going to let them out now. I have actually fed them, so they normally, like dogs and other animals, they come to feed. We'll let them out and they can rummage around. So come on, ducks. They might be a bit camera shy, but normally I just put some food out. The dog eats the duck food. Dog eats the duck poo as well, which isn't great, but it's absolutely fine. It doesn't hurt them. We'll just let them come out. Come on, ducks, out you go. And there we go. And now they're out and about, doing what ducks do. We make sure that we have a big bowl of water somewhere in the garden. They will find it, but then they'll just be waddling around and finding bugs and insects and doing what they're doing. See how they're sifting their bills, This is a duckbill. They're sifting through the ground like that, sifting out all the stuff that they want, and that is why we've got to always have water available to them. They get stuck in their bills and they need to clean it out. But it turns out the ducks and the sheep are becoming quite good friends. So that was a short intro to our Cherry Valley ducks here at Bramley Farm. A quick overview if you're looking to get into ducks. Minimum 3, feed them layers pellets, have a movable coop, use dry bedding such as straw, but not too much because they will mess it up. Always give them water, but not too much water unless you want a messy area. And they do fantastic eggs. They fertilise the garden. They waddle around and make me laugh. Not very noisy at all. They eat all the slugs, snails and other pests, and they're a great addition here on the farm, and we love them loads. So thank you very much for watching. I hope that was useful. If you've enjoyed it, please comment, like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.